Hey guys, welcome once again back to my channel Sumit's Quintessence. So as I told in my previous tutorial video that I'll be creating a separate video in which I'll be talking about these different sets of pencils that are available. So today's video is completely all about that. So again, if you have not watched my previous tutorial video, please go and have a look on that. In that I have talked about different pencils that are available and that you can choose as a beginner and advanced level. So please go and have a look on that video. So in today's video we'll be basically covering all these different shades of pencils that we have. We'll be talking about why we have 12B, what we actually mean by B, what actually F depicts, why we have 6H and all. So all these questions we will try to cover out in today's video. So I know this information may be very much known to many of you people out there, but still I'll suggest you guys to have a look on the entire video. This will be very much suitable for the beginners as well as those advanced levels who are at advanced level but doesn't know much about these shades of pencils. So please have a look on this video and let's start. So guys, as you can see, I have this pack of 24 pencils from Mars Lumograph Staedtlers. Again, one of the best quality of pencils that I have ever used and basically used for professional and realism drawings. So as you can see, this pack consists of 24 pencils and it provides a wide range of shades starting from 12B to 10H. So let's have a look on the pencils. So as you can see, the pencil looks pretty cool, comes in blue color, made in Germany, and the shades this pack includes it contains from 10H to 12B. As you can see, so many wide range of wide grades of pencils that it provides. So guys, if I'll talk about realism arts and all, if you are moving towards realism and you want to do hyper realistic works and all, then I would say that there are three things that are very much important for you guys to know. First thing is obviously the kind of pencils that you are choosing for your works. The second thing is obviously the kind of paper and the brand of the paper. And third and the most important thing is that you should have a proper understanding on these different shades of pencils that are available. You must have a clear understanding in what scenario we should use this H, what do you basically mean by H, what do you basically mean by 10B, 12B and all. So you should have a clear understanding on these sets and what kind of scenario you should use these pencils. So let's talk in detail about that. So guys, as you can see over here, we have this HB pencil that lies somewhere between this H series and B series of pencils. We also have this pencil that is marked with F that lies between H and HB. This pencil is basically to distinguish between these H series of pencil and B series of pencil. So if I'll talk about what actually this B means in these shades of pencils, then B actually means blackness or bold. So if you will have a look and if you will go down this HB pencil, you can see the number on the pencil increases. It simply means that as the number increases, the blackness level of the pencil increases and the more softer it will become. Why it will become more softer, I'll talk in a minute. So talking about this H, what actually it means. So H basically means hardness. So if you'll go on top of this HB, you can see the number increases, 2H, 3H, 4H, 9H, 10H. Same here also, as the number increases, the hardness of the pencil increases and the more lighter it will become, the more lighter effect it will have as the number increases. So we also have this F pencil, and F basically means here fine point. So this F pencil gets sharpened to a very fine level, and this is present basically to put a distinguish between these H series of pencils and B series of pencils. So that's all about this B, H and F and what actually they depict. And talking about the softness and lightness, why these pencils becomes more black and more soft as we go down the HB, and why these pencils become more hard and more light as we go on top of this HB. So for this we need to see the build quality of these leads. So if we will talk about these leads that are used in these pencils, they are basically made up of two things. First is obviously graphite, and the second thing is the clay. So as the number increases, if we go down this HB, the amount of graphite that is used in these pencils get increased, and the amount of clay that is used in these pencils get reduced, and that is the reason these pencils gets more darker and more softer as the number increases. Similarly, if we'll talk about these edge pencils, and if we'll talk about the lead of these pencils, so here also they are made up of two things, graphite and clay. And as we go on top of this HB, the amount of graphite used in these H series of pencils as the number increases is reduced, and the amount of clay that is used is increased, and that is the reason these pencils, H series pencils, gets harder and lighter, because the amount of graphite is less in these pencils. So guys, that's all about these B, H and F, and what these softness level and what this hardness level depicts in these shades of pencils. So talking about when we have to use these sets, and in what kind of situations we have to use this H series, what kind of situations we have to use this B series, we can say like whenever you do any drawing or any realism portraits or any kind of drawing, then it is the first layer of graphite that you need to put on the paper. And for putting the first layer of graphite, you should definitely go forward with these H series of pencils, because these are very lighter, and as compared to these B series of pencils. If I'll talk about my realism things, then I basically use these H series, basically this 2H, for putting an first outline of my portraits. And for the first layer of shades, I basically use this 2H, and as the layers I increase in my portraits, I start with 2B, 4B, 6B or 8B as the darkness increases. So guys, whenever you do any realism drawing or whenever you do any hyper realistic drawings, it is not only the first layer or it is not only the single layer of pencils that you use. It is like the multiple layer of shades that you use in your drawings, and that basically pops out your drawings from the paper, and it will make your drawing looks more realistic. So I will say that for using for this first or second layer of drawings or sets, you can go with these H series of pencils, and for putting lighter tones, whenever lighter tones are required, you can go with these H series of pencils, and as and when you need darker tones, you can use these B pencils. So guys, that's all about these H and B series and F series. So guys, that's all about these B series of pencils, H series of pencils and F, and what actually these number depicts on these sets of pencils. I hope this information was little fruitful for you guys, and you got to know some details about these sets. So let's now put some shading on the paper, and we'll try to visualize how actually they look on the paper and what kind of effect they put on the paper. So let's put some shading on the paper, and we'll try to figure out the differences between them. So let's start. So these topmost pencils from H grade are very rough, as you can hear the sound as well. They don't get blends very easily, and you need to struggle a lot for their blendings. You can hear the sound. The texture they provide is very rough. So now I'll be using 11B for filling out this second last box. And finally this is 12B I'm using for the last box. So guys, as you can see over here, the result is pretty obvious. The B series of pencils provides much more darker tones, as you can see, as compared to these H series of pencils. And if we'll go towards the left of this HB, the tones becomes darker and darker, and they become more smooth and soft. And if we'll go towards right of this HB, the tones becomes lighter and lighter, and they become more hard, and the textures becomes very rough. So guys, I'll suggest you need to be very much careful while applying the amount of pressure when using these pencils, because if the pressure applied will be more on the paper, it may destroy your paper. So you need to be very much careful in that. And also these HB pencils and B series of pencils blends very easily on the paper, as they are very soft, and you need to struggle a bit while blending these H series of pencils. And these B series of pencils basically used for shadings and all, and these are also used for shadings, but basically used for putting first layer of shades on your drawings, and for putting the outline of your drawings. So guys, that's all about today's video, and I hope this information was a little bit useful for you guys. You must have gained some information from this tutorial. So let's have a closer look on the tones. So as you can see, the tones for 12B is pretty darker, and it has blended very well on the paper. And as we move towards the right of HB, the tones becomes lighter and lighter and becomes more rough. So guys, I hope you got much details about these grades of pencils, and you like this video. If you like this video, then do share and subscribe to my channel, Sumit's Quintessence. Thank you.